Hello there. This is Cheryl Lentz, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, doing my follow-up Friday. So I have a couple of cards to show you, but I had a conversation with one of my stampers. Hello, Terry. I had a conversation the other night with one of my stampers, and we were talking about whether you buy all the new designer paper, what you have a lot left from last year, what do you do with all the little pieces and all the things. Hi, Cindy. Hope you had a great birthday. And then I started talking about making our own DSP, which we've done in class before. So you take a favorite set, you pick out whatever colors. So if it's maybe two colors that aren't in a regular DSP or whatever, two colors you want to marry them together, you would make your own DSP with a favorite set. So I pulled out two sets, and I thought we would just make a half a sheet of DSP and show you how that works. And also, I guess the thought came to me that I said to her, this is what I want you to play with tomorrow. Play with all the little strips, play with this and that. And on Friday, we'll make our own DSP. Hello, Jean. And then the thought occurred to me that perhaps not everyone stamps every day. And I thought, oh, really? Does somebody, hi, Jean. Does somebody not stamp every day? I stamp every day. I was like, oh, yeah, well, so Terry, if you weren't going to stamp the next day, it's okay. You can stamp another day. But I'm down here every single day, so it's just such a part of my routine and my everyday life that I kind of thought, wow, maybe people don't. But I would encourage it. Hi, Patty. Yay, ladies. All right, so what I did is I picked two sets out of the A Day... I know. That's what I think, Cindy. She said, a day without stamping, how absurd. I know. But I just thought, maybe not everybody does. And when I'm gone, and when I was on my little mini vacation, I missed it. I mean, it just felt weird. And the whole time I was gone, I think of, I look at things that can inspire you, like a certain ad, packaging, on a product, or whatever, somebody's shirt, I mean, there's so many things that you can pull together to use in your head, store away, and use when you get back to stamping. So with all that said and done, I'm going to turn the camera around and we'll get started. Hey, Karen, wow, thank you for joining. Yay, we have a nice little group going on here. So I'm going to turn the camera around. So once I turn the camera, I cannot see y'all. And guess what? We're up to 505 on our YouTube subscription. So I'm shocked. I'm shocked and so happy. That's so much fun. Whoops, sorry, you guys. I know it's like you're on a little journey here. Easier to maybe move my paper than to move you guys around. So, okay. I decided we'll make our own DSP. So I pulled out this set that I had not used yet. It's on page 43 of the holiday catalog. It's called Merriest Moments. It comes with with the dies, which I'm sure that I have, but I can't find. I can't find right now. It actually comes with dies and an embossing folder that go together. So kind of a cool thing, but I can't find it. So we're going to make DSP anyhow. So it's on page 43, Merriest Moments. It's $21 alone, but then you can buy it in the bundle. So I just cut a piece of plain white cardstock, and I pulled out the colors. I thought I put my stamps already on on all the blocks. There's 16 stamps in this set, so there's a lot. And I decided I would go with, because it's a poinsettia, that I would go with the typical colors, right? So red and shaded spruce is what I picked, with a little accent color of Pool Party for some background sprinkles. So all you do is, I like to start with my biggest item, which is the flowers. Okay. But you can do whatever you want. We did one with all flowers. And what I would also suggest if you're making your own DSP is to pick a pattern where it's solid, not just outlines, okay? Otherwise, you're just going to have outlines of everything, and then you have to color it on top of stamping it. So my other favorite thing is just random stamping. So that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to start random stamping and just put things all over. Now remember that this is going to be cut up. So you want to have the pattern kind of tight. When they design our paper, they have like a picture, like they'll paint a picture, a small portion, and then they will, I'm going to leave some of that so it's a little bit different. Here's a smaller one. They will make, design that little picture, and then they blow it up onto the 12 by 12 or the 6 by 6 and that same kind of pattern. And so it's just really cool to see that done. We better add some other, I think, let's see here. We're going to add some greenery in here. So I picked shaded spruce because I love that color. And so you can see, no rhyme or reason. It's just simply, I'm going to use, this has some holly leaves and it has sprigs. It has all kinds of fun things. So I'm going to use, let's see here. Now I haven't used it before, so sometimes you don't get as good of the ink coverage on your stamp. Let's see here. I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to go with the red berries here. So you're just going to random all over the place. Do whatever you want to do. So I'm going to go here. And then, because what you're going to end up doing is cutting this up, right? We're going to chop it up and make it the front of our card. So that's why when you're talking about space-wise, you know, if you're going to cut this into 5 by 3 3/4, which is generally the top, the smaller part, you want to have the pattern tight. Otherwise, you're going to cut off half of it. You're not going to see much, right? So I'm just going to randomly stamp these in here all over, and then we'll cut it up and see how it looks. And this one I'm going to go like this. You can do whatever you want just to fill in. Remember to stamp off the sheet. You don't, you know, it can come off the paper. I have another greenery in here too. I have this, let's do some of these over on the side here. I think we should do some more of our little holly berries. I'm going to use the smaller one. I use the bigger one over there. So it's just a matter of filling the space. No rhyme or reason. I'm just putting it down. I'm not really paying attention. After a while, you can look back and say, okay, I need a little more here, a little more there. But there's really no, I'm not figuring out anything or saying, okay, this has got to be here, that's got to be there. I'm just filling it in. So fun. So just a lot of putsy work. You could do this, not even think about where you're going. Now, I also thought I can add, you could add words in here, because even if it's cut up, some of them have words in here, and you could use them either way. So I thought I would add some more red in here by adding my joy in here, which I thought was cool. There we go. So I'm just gonna pop it in there, and we'll probably go this way on our paper when we're making it. So that's the only thing I would think about if I don't want that upside down or something like that. But you can do whatever you want. There's that one. Let's see here. Let's fill in some more. And even after, once you cut it up, if you decide you want to add, you can just go ahead and add more color to it. I have to do something in the centers here. I think I'm going to go with, let's see here, crushed curry. I'm going to go in the center of my flowers. That's what this little thing is for. So I did pull out another color. So And this just goes in all of them. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. It just is random. I love to random stamp. Some people either love it or hate it, but there's no right or wrong, so you can do whatever you want. That's the cool part. You're just stamping anywhere, doing whatever you want. There we go. I'm going to add something over here, a little more greenery. And on this one, I'm going to go this way. There. Okay. I think that's good. I'm going to add a couple more little pieces here, and then I did put in, there's a little, oops, there's a little bit of another, let's see here, we're going to go over here. There. Ta-da, ta-da. And then my little background, there was little sprinkles, and I thought, well, that might be kind of fun. So on my little sprinkles here, I just picked out Pool Party, and I might just stamp that off so it's really light. Not too light. We're going to leave it. And that's going to fill in our white space. Not everything has to be filled in, but I think it looks good. If you study the DSP, you know, there's not a lot of white space in here. Ta-da. But you can do whatever you want. So I'm just going faster. I have one more I thought I would do, but you know, we'll see how long this one takes. There we go. And we'll cut it up and make a card with it. Ta-da. So there we go. I have my own DSP here. Okay. I'm just going to move my blocks off to the side. My ink. Here we go. So I don't wear it. I'm leaving the red and the green open because I'll probably do that for the verses. So now I have my cutter here, and I'm going to cut it like this. So I'm going to go, I'm going to cut it this way first. So 5. This I can use on the bottom or in the inside or on, along the side by 3 3/4. There we go. And 3 3/4. Ta-da. Okay. And then I generally back everything with the darker color. So I have some shaded spruce here. So I'm going to cut that 5 1/4. I'm going to keep this little piece. I might need it. 5 1/4 by 4. This is just some half sheets that I had cut up in my little cabinet here. This piece will keep 2. So 5 1/4 by 4. Once you put that behind there, it looks ooh la la. Cool. And then we're going to, this is the one for the inside. And then our base, here's one whole sheet, so 8 1/2 by 11, right? We're going to cut it in half at 5 1/2. There. 5 1/2, and I'm going to score it at 4 1/4. So my score tool is down at the bottom. Not sure if y'all can see that or not. So you scored at 4 1/4. Ta-da. All right, let's move that off to the side. So here's this. Here's our paper that we just made, our very own. Here it is on the paper. Ta-da. All right, now we're going to do some words here. So now I have enough for another one, and I have some extra pieces for either the inside or along another project. And I'm going to take, let's see here, what were the verses here? I might take, together, what did I put out some of them. Together is the merriest place, where is it? Together is the merriest place to be, love that. And this one is thinking of you this festive season. So let's do this. I I just pulled scraps out of my I really would like to put a circle right there. So I'm gonna pull out some different scraps. I just pulled scraps out of my scrap bin here. So I'm gonna put a circle there. So we're gonna take this and stamp it in, I think I'm gonna stamp it in the shaded spruce. We're gonna have the green pop out since the flowers are so prominent, right? There. Ta-da. Okay, now, let me see what, pull out some of my, whoops, I'm pulling out dies from all over the place. I'm just gonna see, oh, that just fits, okay. So I'm using my, my circle dies here. So there's all different sizes. And then I want one that's like the next up. Let's see here. I didn't want it too much. I don't want too much. There we go. Just like that. Okay. So I'm going to cut this. And then I'm going to cut the circle to put around it, the layering, out of my front layer. So let's pull my, let me cut this and we can use the little one. Let me just cut this in half. Ta-da! That one I won't be able to, but this one I can. So my Mighty Mini machine over here. Let's move this over. Cut this out. So this could go really fast. Normally, like in class when we did this, we did a whole sheet. So 8.5 by 11, and then you cut it up, and then you have enough to make a number of cards. Depending on how you cut it, you know, it's quite a few cards. And simple. And if you don't have any DSP, there you go. Now you do. So here's this. Okay. Put that over there. I'm going to put that over here. I'm going to just cut this out real quick here on the side while so I don't have to pull this whole thing over. Super fast. One cut and you're done. There we go. Okay. So here we go. Here's our card. Here's our card front layering. Ta-da, ta-da. That can go there. This is going to go here. And then we're going to use, I love this real red ribbon that's like, it's so fine and thin. I'm going to glue this together. I'm going to tie a little, not even cutting a bow, tying a bow. I'm just going to tie a knot here. Okay. Okay, glue. I hear you. New glue. Just one moment. Now it'll come out like gangbusters, but we'll try to not. Because you need such a very little amount to make it stick, right? Just a tiny little bit because it squishes. It moves around. So here's this. Ta-da. And I'm going to take my ribbon. When I figure out how much I'm using, I want to tie a knot about here. So I just come around and double it, kind of go to side. That should be plenty. I'd like to give myself more than not enough because it's really frustrating if it's too short and you're just fumbling around with it. So let's give this a tie. I'm going to tie it in the center, doesn't matter, and then I can move it around where I want it on the side of my circle here. There. Ta-da. And to move it, I'm just going to squish my paper over, bend it a little bit. I'm going to put this in place, see if it's in the right. I want it right here. I'm going to move this up just a little bit. There we go. What I'm looking at is centering something right here in that space. So if I have my circles here, this is going to go right here. This is going to go like this. Ta-da. Okay. Let's go ahead and put this on the card. Because this is so nice and thin, the ribbon, I don't have to worry about putting it up on dimensionals. I can just attach it right to the base of the card. So that's what I'm doing here. Ta-da. I got a little close to the edge there. Give it a good press. Ta-da. Okay, let's glue these two together. And of course, we're going to use dimensionals to pop up our verse. There we go. Okay. Put some dimensionals on here. Look, I'm at the end of that rope too. So I'm just going to cut I use every little bit. I love, love, love using the corners. If I'm using a rectangular piece and putting that in, then I can have that in the corners and it works great. Okay. Use all your scraps. Don't, I've had new stampers come and then I find these in the garbage. And then, yes, I do dumpster dive because I use all of it. I use every little bit of this. There we go. Let's take the paper off. Ta-da. There. I'm going to cut this just a little here. There's our first, the front. Ta-da, ta-da. So festive. And then we're going to do the inside piece here. So this is 5 by 3 3/4. That's our inside piece. This is going to go like this. This is going to go here. I'm going to take my verse that I want to put in here is pretty big. This is that one. Let's see here. So I have this big piece, but I think that's too big. I'm going to cut this in half. I'm just going to take this one and use it here. I'll use this on a different project. Let's take this piece. I'm going to glue it in right here. I can glue it on and then cut it off, but I want it just to show so I'm not putting my verse smack dab in the middle of this. Let's see if I can get it on straight. Here we go. There. Okay. So I am going to just, because it's longer than my cardstock here, I'm just going to run the glue right down this edge a little bit here. I don't want to get glue on the piece that I'm going to cut off because I can use that somewhere else and I don't want it sticky. I put it on my backing so I can see, so I'm not going tone on tone. When you're trying to line up something white and you've got the white grid on the background, it sort of gets lost in the paper. There we go. Ta-da. We're going to put this inside, and our first card is all done. So just pick out a solid stamp with a solid design, and whatever colors you decide you want, if it's non-traditional, traditional, whatever you want to do, and see how simple to make a quick card. This would be a great project for kids, I think, to sit down with color. So you're doing the flowers, you're doing the green, you could have it kind of lined up. And then we could add a little sparkle to it. I have some red rhinestones here. One of my favorites. Where's my pickup tool? Here it is. So we could add a little bit of sparkle here. We're just going to put 2 little rhinestones on here. Ta-da. There. Fun. First card, all done. Making your own DSP. And then I have all this left over to make some more, to make another one. So it's a 2-for-1, you know, otherwise you'd have 4. And you could use it in strips. So there we go. Let's see. I think I should probably, I was going to do a snowflake one, but I think I should probably just show you the cards from Wednesday. Wednesday when I was on, I said, see you on Tuesday. Apparently, I didn't remember what day it was. You know, because every day is a stamping day here. So, yeah, Julie was here and she started laughing. She was like, yeah, I should have reminded you. It's not Friday. Today is Friday. So on Wednesday, we did the Tidings of Christmas. I used these 3 sets, played with it, just for fun. So here is the one that you didn't see. I did this little, that's this guy. I just love this guy. Joyful Life. So much fun. So all the DSP is from Tidings of Christmas. The ribbon is from the Monkey Cut Kit, the Tidings of Christmas. So I just made this little guy. I did fussy cut him out, but, and I did use a little stamp to get, not a stamp. I actually used my blends and I put little dots in here so it would kind of mimic the background on the paper. So he's just riding with his friend through the woods. And ta-da, just season's greetings. So that was one I did, and these were the 2 that you saw, right, that I made online. So 3 cards. So the Tidings of Christmas Monkey Cut Kit, lots of fun. That was kind of a cool, fun project. And I wanted to show you some others. Now these are older, but here's some different samples of using strip piecing, just cutting it up and using it. On this particular one, these were ones that were from our In Color Club last year. When you join the In Color Club, every month you get 1 color, and then you get cards to make, PDF, and everything ready to make those cards. So on this one, we did a kind of a cattywampus cutting of our designer paper. I used a black background, and I left kind of spacing in there. So it was sort of fun. This one cut cattywampus too. This one used all of the In Colors. And on this one, I had them up tight next to each other. But the other thing that you can do when you're using just scraps or pieces, so if you have a little piece, you know, this little piece left, but the other thing is using design or your embossing folders, right? So you can add a lot, like some of these could have been embossed with our embossing folder. Adding that texture to your card makes a big difference. So on this one, I used 2 different embossing folders. Hi, Lynn. 2 different embossing folders. Here I just used a dauber and went over it. But this textured background gives the card so much more, it's so much more impressive. Our embossing folders, you get so much bang for your buck. I love them. So keep those in mind too when you're making your own DSP. You could do that if you're going to do some strip piecing. Remember to add a little texture in between there. So let me turn the camera around here. Here we go. Oops, maybe not. There, okay. So lots of fun, random stamping. Stamp every day, it's good for the soul. If you need any help or would like to make any suggestions, please chat with me. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm so excited that we are up to 505. Woohoo! We were celebrating 100 and I was like out just crazy about it. So thank you so much. So have a great weekend. I will be back on Talking on Tuesday at 2. And if there's something you want to see in particular, please let me know. And that's it. I'm going to go. We have class. I have Hostess Club at 3 o'clock. I'm all set up to go. So waiting for my stampers to come in and start having fun. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.